What up guys, my name is Deadman and welcome to a brand new series called Setup Royale, where I will showcase to you 5 community member setups, and it will be your job to eliminate each and every single one except for one to be crowned as your Setup Royale winner, hence the whole Royale thing. And just so you know, if you want to be featured in a future video, make sure to DM me on Discord or on Instagram. Both links for those things will be in the description somewhere around there, so if you want to check that out, that is for you to check out. But most importantly, make sure not only to subscribe, but also put on bell notifications, because if you like this type of content, you're definitely going to like my shorts content. It's more or less the same thing, but in much, much shorter form. But without further ado, let's get into episode number 1 of Setup Royale. And our very first entry here is a submission from Charlie. Charlie here is rocking 2 setups in one, with a gaming setup on the left and a music setup on the right. Listen, I get it, Charlie, you're trying to show your dominance, it's fine. Let's start with his gaming setup, where he's rocking a dual monitor setup, starting with the 165Hz 1440p Asus monitor, followed by a 1080p side monitor that he looks to have mounted vertically. Charlie's gaming PC is rocking this Cooler Master case with 16GB of Corsair Vengeance DDR3 RAM and NVIDIA GTX 1050, and what he describes as an Intel i3 equivalent. If I'm being completely honest, I'm not sure too much about what you use this PC for or how much you use it in general, but I would recommend making some upgrades either to the CPU, the RAM, or even the GPU. Any sort of upgrade would definitely help you there. For peripherals, Charlie has an Audio-Technica AT2020 DLR microphone, which is connected to a Go XLR, and he's rocking a Corsair K95 and G502 mouse and keyboard combo. Then moving to the right, Charlie's got his music set up with a 38-inch Samsung ultra-wide wedged between 2 KRK speakers, being powered by a 2018 MacBook. A little hack for those who don't know, MacBooks are insanely powerful, so if you can get your hands on one, even an older model, and you can upgrade it. I know that I think after 2014 they stopped allowing you to upgrade your RAM because they started soldering things to the motherboard. And then audio equipment wise, Charlie's got a Focusrite Scarlett 2i2 and an M Audio MIDI controller. And if I'm being completely honest, I don't know too much about audio equipment, so if I'm butchering the names of any of these things, I really apologize. I did do research to look up the official names of these things, but that's really as far as I can do in terms of like knowing what they do and the whole function of them, so I'm sorry. Our next entry is coming from Nick. Nick's PC powering his entire setup features an Intel i7 4790K, 32GB of DDR3 RAM, an MSI RTX 3060, an Enermax heatsink, 4TB of SSD storage, and 2TB of hard drive storage. For peripherals, Nick has a Blue Snowball mic, a SteelSeries Arctis 3 headset, a Rival 3 mouse, and Apex Pro keyboard with delicious pudding keycaps. Honestly, this is a super duper solid setup, and I don't want anyone to tell you that it isn't. I think there's lots of potential with this setup, so I really look forward to any future upgrades or additions you make to it. Our next entry comes from Tophatter. Tophatter's also rocking a dual monitor gaming setup powered by this beautiful PC to the right. The specs inside his machine start with an Intel i7 12700, an RTX 3070 Ti, combined with 32GB of Corsair Dominator Platinum RAM, and a Noctua U12A cooler and Seasonic 1000W power supply. He also has 1TB of WD Black NVMe storage, all of this inside an NZXT H710 case with some Fantex neon strips and MF120 Halo fans. I will say this, lots and lots of good stuff in there. His peripherals include a Nextime 75 custom keyboard with stock Alpaca V2 switches and EpoMaker XDA keycaps, paired with a Razer Basculus V3 mouse. And all that is viewed on this 29-inch HKC 75Hz 1440p monitor and a 22-inch Samsung SyncMaster monitor. Just for me personally, you have a setup that looks absolutely magnificent, and I'm low-key kind of jealous of your keyboard. Our second to last entry comes from none other than Modicram. Our boy Modicram has a clean and simple single monitor PC setup that he uses for gaming. For peripherals, he has a 24-inch 65Hz 1080p Acer Nitro monitor with a TechWear Pulse Elite wireless mouse, paired with both a Fantech MaxFit 61 keyboard and WH01 wireless headphones. And for audio purposes, he uses a Fantech Leviosa mic and G733 speakers. I see that someone is a huge fan of Fantech. Ha? You get it? You get it? It's not funny, is it? His PC is rocking an Intel i3 12100F, a GTX 1650, 16GB of XPG Spectrix RAM, a 256GB boot NVMe M.2 SSD, and a 500W power supply from Cooler Master. A quietly magnificent setup. Modicram clearly is making the best with what he has, and if this is actually one setup to show you, it shows you that a lot of the people in this community are younger people, and it's honestly amazing because if you guys look at my setup here, you guys are in a much better spot where you guys are at right now than when I was back in whenever, 2014, when I was your age. So I want you guys to know that you guys are awesome and your setups look amazing. And last but certainly not least, our final entry comes from none other than Elijah. Elijah's rocking the classic dual monitor gaming and productivity setup which if I'm being honest, looks a lot cozier than my place. Getting right into the thick of it, Eli's gaming PC is running an Intel i9-11900K, an RTX 3080 Strix, 32GB of Corsair Vengeance RGB RAM, 2TB of Samsung 970 EVO storage, and an NZXT 240mm X63 AIO. And all of this is connected to an Aorus B560M motherboard. Dang. Both of Eli's monitors are Asus TUF variants, one being a 280Hz 1080p monitor and the other being a 165Hz 1440p monitor. And for peripherals, Eli is rocking a Logitech G Pro Superlight for his mouse. And I noticed as well in the pictures that you send me, Eli, that you have both a MacBook Pro and a PS4 in your setup, so I want you to know that you have the best of all three worlds, realistically. Thank you, Eli, for your submission. It looks absolutely amazing. That's it, everybody. That's all 5 setups for episode 1 of Setup Royale. And make sure to not only subscribe and put on bell notifications, but if you like this video, make sure to slap that like button because we have more of these videos coming on the way. But this begs the question, who is your #1 winner for Setup Royale? Let me know in the comments. Until the next video, Deadhead salute.